Hi, this is Alex. Thanks for clicking and welcome to this lesson on body idioms. As many of you should know by now from the lessons that you've watched on engVid.com, idioms are just phrases that we use in everyday speech that we kind of take for granted a lot of the time, that we expect other people to know them. So today we're going to look at 5 idioms related to parts of the body. You can make idioms out of anything pretty much, it seems. So let's look at these phrases, and I'm going to give you some examples of when to use these idioms and how you can use these idioms properly in your own conversations with English native speakers. So first we have, my father has 2 left feet. Okay, so what does that mean, he has 2 left feet? Well, if you can imagine yourself, normally your feet are kind of, balanced, they're pointed towards each other. If you have 2 left feet, they'd both be kind of like this, right? So you don't have a lot of balance. So if you say someone has 2 left feet, usually we're talking about someone who is not able to dance. They can't dance very well. You say, oh, come on the dance floor. I really want to dance with you. No thanks, Mom. I've got 2 left feet. If you dance with your mother, that's up to you. You'd be a very good son or daughter if you did. So again, if someone accuses you of having 2 left feet, they're saying that you're awkward on your feet, okay? That you can't dance or that you can't balance well. Okay, so look at the second sentence, the second idiom. Keep your nose out of my business. Okay, so this one is actually kind of straightforward if you get the image in your mind of keeping your nose out of other people's business. What it means is don't concern yourself with problems that are not your own. Okay? So if I have 2 people are standing over here and they're having a conversation, and it's a private conversation, and if I'm going over here and go, hey, what are you guys talking about? They might tell me to keep my nose out of their business. So they might say, keep your nose out of our business. It's not my problem, okay? So again, if someone tells you to keep your nose out of their business, you should probably leave them alone, because it means that this is a private conversation. These problems are not your problems. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about other people. Okay? So number 3, this box is heavy. Could you lend me a hand? So this is one of the most straightforward idioms. So you think of your hand, right? To lend means to let someone borrow something from you. And could you lend me a hand means could you help me? Okay, so this box is heavy. Could you lend me a hand? We can use this in a variety of situations. So usually it's about physical work. So again, if you're doing some construction at home and you need help, hey Dad, could you excuse me, could you lend me a hand with this painting or something like that, if you're hammering something on the wall. But we can also use it in non-physical work as well. It's not very common to, but we can. So, hey Mom, could you lend me a hand with my homework? Could you help me? Okay? So again, lend a hand. Could you lend me a hand means could you help me? Okay, finally, well not finally, number 4, keep trying. Put your back into it. Okay, so put your back into it. This basically means work hard. Work as hard as you can. So imagine yourself pushing something, right? If you're pushing a box or something like that, and if you're not really trying, you're just kind of being a little lazy. But if you put your back into it, use your whole body to work as hard as you can, you'll get the job done. Okay? So if you're studying late for an exam, your friend might tell you, come on, put your back into it, work as hard as you can. Stop being lazy, just keep pushing, keep trying, work hard, okay? Finally, and this time it's finally, the 2 political leaders see eye to eye on many issues. So you can imagine looking at someone, looking in their eye, right? And if you see eye to eye, you understand each other, okay? So if you see eye to eye with someone, it means that you agree with them or you share a similar opinion as them. So if I'm talking about a movie with a friend of mine and I can say, hey, have you seen the latest Martin Scorsese film? I don't know if we're allowed to do that because I'm advertising for Martin Scorsese, but you might say, yeah, it was pretty bad. And I might say, well, I thought it was really good. Me and my friend, we don't see eye to eye on that movie, okay? So again, if you do see eye to eye with someone, you agree with them, you share a similar opinion. Okay, so just to do a review, if you say someone has 2 left feet, you're saying that they are uncoordinated and that usually they can't dance. That's the most common situation where you use that expression. Keep your nose out of my business. Don't concern yourself with problems that are not your own, okay? Stay out of people's business. This box is heavy. Could you lend me a hand? Could you help me, okay? Give me your hand. Help me. Keep trying. Put your back into it. Again, keep pushing. Work as hard as you can and see eye to eye, meaning you agree with someone or you share an opinion with them. Okay, so if you'd like to test your knowledge of these idioms, please go to engVid.com and try the quizzes there. Have a good day. Take care.